Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm super pumped because we're talking about gear that I actually use for video purposes at weddings. So if this is something that interests you, stick around and also leave a like because it goes a really long way in helping the channel get noticed. Let's dive in. Item number one, I was shooting video at this wedding. So for your B cams and C cams, I shoot handheld, but then I also have a B and C cam set up for different angles at the wedding. So this is the Manfrotto B Free, really lightweight, portable, easy to travel with. I travel a lot. Next up in my kit is the Rode Video Mic NTG. This thing lasts all day. It has the input gain switch on the back, which is really cool.
No, bride and groom get whatever they want. So should we do two on this side, two on this side?
And yeah, I just love it. I don't have to think about it. I know that I'm picking up shotgun audio when I'm running around with my handheld camera rig. Next up is my Aperture MC video light. This thing is pretty great for dance parties and things like that, especially when you don't want to crank your ISO too high and you know at least your subject is lit on the dance floor in a dark room. So I like that. We have part of my camera kit. This is the Falcom top handle and then side handle, and this helps me stabilize all my footage on my A7 IV camera rig. Inside here is my DJI Air 2S. I've talked about it before on the channel, but this helps me to get supplementary shots, just different landscape and angles, and it's really important, especially for weddings. I think it adds to the gallery so much for video and for photography. If you want to check out the review I did on this, I'll leave a link for it above. It might not seem that cool, but this here is simply a battery case for my A7 IV batteries. So what you can do is you can just plug it in USB-C on the side, and then you're good to go. You just make sure you have batteries all day. And oftentimes while I'm shooting, I'll leave the two charging, maybe at the resort or wherever we're shooting, or you could even charge it via USB power. This here is a no-name brand NPF battery pack, and I use this here to power my monitor so that I can see pretty much a final image from the A7 IV and what it's going to spit out at me. This here is the Portkeys monitor that I actually put at the top of my rig. It's 5 inches. It's like $200. It's the PT5 II, which is amazing. I love how lightweight it is. It gets bright enough in the daylight, and yeah, just throw a battery on the back of that and you can monitor your composition and colors, exposure, way better. This here is the small rig cage for my A7 IV, and funny enough, they just reached out to me, so potential collaboration there, which is really exciting. Always have a screwdriver to make sure if things get loose, I can just tighten it, or if I need to reassemble my rig for whatever reason. Next up, much like the battery case, I have a case for all of my SD cards, and this here is really important in terms of like not only making sure they don't get damaged, but file organization as well, and that's super cheap. You can get them for like 10 or 15 bucks. All right, this is a 3-in-1. So we have some screen shine made by Whoosh. This is good electronic cleaner for kind of everything. Then I also have microfiber cloth that I keep in my pocket during the shoots. And then also a sensor cleaner, Lanzor sensor cleaner, that does a pretty good job. All this is super cheap. Run for like the kit. I bet you can get a kit for like 15 bucks. You're probably wondering, what about the camera? So it's what we're shooting on right now, which is the Sony a7 IV. Definitely does the trick. Don't have to worry about it. It dual records to SD cards. And then I also have a ND filter that I use for all my video shooting. It's a variable ND filter. It's 60 bucks on Amazon. And it definitely does the trick. The two lenses I've been using for video work are the 24-70 Sigma 2.8. I did a review on this lens many years ago, but this thing's a powerhouse. And then if I need that wide angle, I also have a Tamron 17-28, also constant f 2.8 aperture. Oh yeah, I can't forget about these. So this is just like a $99 pair of headphones that I picked up on Amazon. Notice that I have a 3.5mm jack connected to it. Why do I use this on a video shoot day? Well, to monitor my audio levels. Super important. Yeah, you could just monitor like the gauge, but it's super important to know like what's going on. Like I'm monitoring my audio right now to my Focusrite, so I can monitor this mic, and it's really important to know that you know, there's not any like background noises that are going to be super distracting in the final product. And last but not least is my bag of wires. I keep it in this so that they're just kind of all together. HDMI to HDMI for the Sony a7 IV, so that's super important. Then I have just like a series of different types of USBs. If you are looking into doing professional video work, I hope this just gives you a better understanding of like what goes into it. Not to be overwhelming or anything, it is a lot of gear, but you can slowly accumulate it over time, and you honestly don't need to spend too much money on the accessories part of it. So like once you have the camera and the lenses, that's pretty much the bulk of the investment, and everything else, yeah, there's a lot of other things, but it doesn't cost too much money. That's it. I hope that video helped today. We will see you in the next one. Maddie out. Peace.